Hello, good evening. It's Shawn Hart back again with some valuable insider tips on my latest training. For those of you that are watching this webinar live, you're familiar already with my new quick launch formula that I sent out a couple weeks ago. Pretty amazing stuff, short, sweet, to the point. I've gotten a lot of good feedback from it, but I'm a little bit disappointed at the engagement that I'm seeing. When you have several hundred people buy a info product and the consumption is less than 25%, that makes me feel like you guys don't care. So you know who I'm talking to. If you're on that list and you're one of the ones who has not consumed any of the content, that's almost impossible for you to grow, my friend, until you do. So until that time comes, you're not going to understand half of what we're talking about tonight. So if you think I'm picking on you, then you're absolutely right. I am picking on you. You know who you are. Go out there, look at the videos. We're only talking about a couple hours max, and it will change the way you approach your next product launch. So before we get started, I have some handouts. I'm gonna do the handouts to go along with the content, as well as a couple of polls. So first things first, I'm gonna give you all my very first handout, which is it's going to be the quick launch checklist, okay? So let me pass that out real quick. Come on now. Drop it. Well, I guess that'll give some of you late bloomers time to come in. This thing is not cooperating. All right, may have to get your help, Sam. So you can see in the handouts 3 of 5. GoToWebinar software says basically just drop that file. So we should be able to see it. So I'll let you play with that. You got that, buddy? I told you if you show up, I'm going to use you. All right. So while Sam's figuring out how to get everybody the handout, let me make sure we do a sound check here before we jump into the content. So those of you that are present, just type in the question box that you hear me. I see you, Jason. PDFs are in the hand. Okay, you guys already have the handouts. That's cool. You hear me. All right, thank you. Sam must have done his job. Thank you, Sam. Sam's joining us tonight. He said he didn't have anything better to do. Bless his heart. All right, so you got the handouts. The first thing we'll do is send out a poll, okay? So now you guys should be seeing poll number 1. Just answer the questions as honestly as you possibly can, and then we will look at the results, all right? So waiting on that. All right. We're almost finished. Come on, guys. I need your vote. All right. I'm going to assume that not everyone's going to vote. So we have about 60% of you saying, 67% of you now, thank you. Better late than never. 67% of you have gone through all the materials, and 33% of you are saying not yet, which basically means that you're going to in the near future. So what you're going to see tonight is not going to make much sense to you until after you've consumed most of the content. So do you and I both a favor and go out there and look at the stuff that I prepared for you. Then this will make sense to you. You will receive an email with a link to the recorded webinar when we finish tonight. And this webinar will also be posted at the bottom of the members area where the quick launch formula is at. Does that make sense? All right, let's move ahead. So what you're looking at here is inside the members area, you can see the 7 videos, and we're going to go through these one by one. Video number 1 is going to be the identifying a product phase, all right? And a lot of people have trouble with this. And, the biggest question that I get, unfortunately, is, Shawn, how do you find new products? How do you identify what could possibly be a major winner in the e-com space? Where do you look? How do you know it's going to work? Well, first of all, I'm going to disappoint you just a tiny bit. Number one, folks, the product identification and my product selection, what I call product mining, it's not a science. I know you want it to be a science. You want it to be textbook easy, step by step, but it's not. In my lifetime, I've been selecting products since I was literally 17, 18 years old. I've been doing it for a long, long time, folks, like 25 years. So it's more of an art for me than it is a science. Tammy, if you're still seeing the poll, something's wrong. Hope you got that figured out. So what I want to do is show you a couple of places where you can go look and kind of tickle the brain, I like to say, and try to get an idea of what you think might be a hot product. And then I'm going to show you some other places that I look. But remember, with experience and repetition, things are going to get easier and easier as time goes on. So don't kick yourself if you don't know how to find a winner. I still pick duds every day. In fact, the product that I launched using this quick launch formula, I turned out, I stopped it, stopped the advertising. It wasn't doing as well as I wanted to, and I was not getting the low cost per acquisition that I look for. So the product was great. The demonstration was awesome. The campaign was great. The engagement was great. We were not getting enough people to the purchasing side of the funnel to make it worth pursuing because there's so many other opportunities out there. Okay. Number two is going to be gathering assets. What I mean by assets, we're talking about sales copy, photos, videos, checklists, cheat sheets, those types of things that help you build a better buying experience, a better sales page, so that your customers are predisposed to buy your product when they finally reach the shopping cart or the order form. We're also going to talk quickly about creating your Facebook fan page, how to edit your videos, and if you can't edit it, where you can go get that done, why it's important to link your Shopify store to your sales funnel and how to do that, creating the sales funnel, and finally the Facebook video funnel. All right, you see what Jason says here. My clicker is a little slow tonight, guys, so bear with me. We have 330 megabits per second download speed in my house, but my children are consuming the bandwidth doing whatever it is that they do. So we're going to have to get on them real quick. All right. We already did the poll, so let's jump into the first section, which is identifying product. And this is where a lot of folks struggle. And I decided at the last minute, I'm going to give you sort of a lifeline if you're struggling in this area when we finish tonight. So a couple of places that I look. Number one, a website called Oddity Mall. And basically what Oddity Mall does is they curate all of these strange, one-of-a-kind, unique, some of them are even Kickstarter products, but gift items that you usually can't find anywhere else. And I like to just browse through Oddity Mall when I'm not doing anything, I just looking for an idea, and I might not necessarily find a product, so to speak, but I'll find a market. I start seeing trends of new products within a niche, and it gives me ideas to look outside of my comfort zone for new products that I might want to launch. In fact, the product that we actually launched with this quick launch formula that we're talking about here tonight, the badminton set, after I had already put the product up for sale, as I was going through Oddity Mall a few days later, I actually seen the product on Oddity Mall. So I was like, hey, look, I'm on to something good here. But unfortunately, I wasn't getting the click-through rates and the conversions that I was looking for on that. So another place to look is Instagram news feeds. So I personally don't use social media like Instagram and Facebook and things unless it's just for advertising. But my daughter, Haley, is constantly sending me screenshots and videos of awesome products that she finds in Instagram news feeds, because marketers like me and you and everyone else in the world use Instagram followers, Instagram users to market and sell our products to, especially if those products are, if that product is more in the, I would say 25 to 40 category, or maybe age 20 to 40. And the reason I say that is because of Snapchat. But if your product lends itself more specifically to that age group, we'll call it 20-year-old through 40-year-old, especially women, then Instagram is a great place to advertise. If you're 16 years old to 24 years old, then you need to be on Snapchat, which is a discussion for another day. But look in your Instagram news feeds, like and engage with some other pages or brands so that Instagram, aka Facebook, because Facebook owns Instagram, can see and understand what it is that interests you, and then they'll start serving ads that better suit whatever your interests are. Another place, just like Instagram news feed, or Facebook feeds, and I'm going to show you an example here in just a moment. JW Green Sheets. Now this is one of my favorite go-tos because these guys are on top of all the hottest infomercial as seen on TV type products. We'll do another demonstration. AliExpress, an amazing website to look for because these are drop shippers in China for the most part that you can look at their sales statistics, look at hot selling products and literally sort those by the amount of orders that have been received. Pretty amazing stuff. All right, so before we go ahead, let me just switch screens real quick. Bear with me one moment. Need to launch something else here. Come on, work with me here. And bam. There we go. 1 second. Main screen. Perfect. All right. Now you all should have a good look at my main screen. And in the browser, what I've noticed, and this is the first time I've opened the site in a few days, and I already see a product that's already on my radar. So this is just reaffirming to me that this product is probably going to work. So very first page, Aldi Mall, we can see, first thing that sticks out to me, folks, is this LED light up dog leash. Now, I sold this product on Amazon about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. Not a great seller for me on Amazon, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't use Shopify or Facebook ads to make that work. Second thing that pops out to me is this collapsible kayak. Folds up into a suitcase. This, my friend, this product right here would be so simple to find the targeting and interest. Obviously, if you like kayaking or boating or paddleboarding, something like that, you could be a great demographic for a kayak. No, if you're thinking, well, Shawn, how are you going to buy it from Aldi Mall and resell it? We don't do that. What we're looking for here are product ideas, category niche ideas, markets that we're trying to discover, and then we go off of Aldi Mall and do a little further digging on Alibaba and see if we can find a supplier. So right there, those two products immediately have my attention. Maybe you're looking at the elephant corkscrew bottle opener. I don't know. Whatever resonates with you. This a little climber, baby climbing play set, helps babies learn to climb. Could be good. Who knows? Do a little due diligence on that, right? We actually sold this product, the aftermarket seat cooler. Chills your cheeks on hot summer days. Great margin there. In the process of doing research on this Striker flexible work light. So there you go. Some of this stuff you're going to see, like this magic creeper, the guy cruising under the car. This is a Kickstarter product, so it's something that's patented that you're probably not going to be able to go buy in China, but it helps you understand that there's a market for something like that, so it kind of tickle your brain a little bit, make you want to go out there and look. So that's Aldi Mall. All right, second place. Let's see, we're getting there, Larry. Don't worry, buddy. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so Facebook news feed. I tried to give you an example of Instagram, but since I don't use Instagram, I couldn't log in. But this is my daughter's Facebook. And all I did was type in the box here, you can see it says free shipping. So basically what I'm doing is searching for videos on Facebook that have the keyword free shipping. It could be whatever you want it to be, all right? So for example, look what first thing that pops up. Have you seen this? Amazing 3-in-1 phone case, order here, free shipping. This is trending. 5.3 million views. I think it would be fair to assume, folks, that this is probably a pretty popular product, right? And obviously, if I click this link, I would say it's going to take me to that person's sales page, and it did. So, Facebook news feeds, wealth of knowledge and information in there. And there's the actual. Let's go look at the website. I can't stand the music. All right, I tried to open the website, but let's move on. AliExpress. So what I want you to look for in AliExpress, let's just start digging in here a little bit. Just type in like hot selling USA. I don't know. It's probably going to show me an American flag. But you find products that are hot selling in the US. Let me see here. Related categories. I'm just going to give you an example. When you start digging into AliExpress, it's amazing what you can come up with. So I'm going to look for home and garden. Let's check this out. And then just kind of scroll through. You're looking for something that looks different. Let's say, for example, we like this coffee grinder. If you open up the coffee grinder, it's going to show you a lot of products that are inside of that niche. And then even more importantly, if you drill down on one of these products, like we'll say this glass coffee maker, if you go all the way to the bottom of this listing, in most cases, AliExpress will show you other products that you possibly could be interested in. But I want you to look right here. All right. You can see all of the orders and transactions that have taken place. They've shipped to Israel. They've shipped to, I don't even know half of these country flags here, but one piece, 5 pieces. You can see what kind of business they're doing. But check this out. If you wanted to look for, we'll say, what is this thing called? It's a, let's see, coffee. Let's just say coffee press. That's not what this is, but it's the product that came to mind. All right, so now we're looking at all the coffee presses. What I want you to do is go in here and click this little button that says orders, and it's going to sort this by who have had the most orders. Now, honestly, you can see here, number one, 486 orders. That is not a lot of orders. What you're looking for on AliExpress is somebody that's had thousands, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 or more orders for a particular product. And then, that tells you, that should demonstrate to you that that product is hot and could have some legs using in your e-com store or on Amazon. All right, JW Green Sheet. This is the one that you guys were just asking about. You didn't have the name for. Now, what JW Green Sheet does is it tracks the airings of infomercials, which are those annoying as seen on TV products that interrupt your favorite TV show. But what they're doing is tracking those by popularity based on how many airings have been seen in the last week. So I want you to focus right here on short form. So you have short form 2, 3, and 4. These are going to short form. These are going to be 2 minutes or less. In some cases, they're 30-second commercials. So if I was to click this link, it's going to show me the top 10 products that are selling on TV in the last week. All right, based on airings. Now let me tell you something. Marketers that are doing direct response are focused primarily on return on investment. Every single airing, every single sale is tracked to the actual airing, date, time, and program that the commercial is aired on. These guys live, breathe, sleep, and eat data. They don't buy commercials that don't make money more than once. So when they make it to the top 10 list, number one, that product is selling like crazy. Number two, if they're on the top 10, they're running more commercials than the next guy, which means that they're getting a huge return on their investment. So you can look, this product right here is something that we launched a couple of months ago before it took off, this Arctic Air. It's a small portable room cooler. So if you click here, it'll actually take you to the website where the product's being offered for sale. Now I know a lot of you have already seen this all over Amazon. It's too late. Don't jump on this because it's way too competitive at this moment. And when we were going into summer, this was a great product. It was seasonal. So don't get your hopes up on that. But check this once in a while, JW Green Sheet. Check it out. I have no idea what the rest of this stuff is, but believe me, there are way more opportunities there than you care to deal with. You guys loving this stuff so far? Give me something in the question box there. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Keep me moving. All right. YouTube. Oh, this is for the next section. Pardon me. One moment. My click's about 2 seconds behind. Okay. So we went through this one. All right. Now we're going to talk about gathering assets. All right. Assets are those sales copy and hydrate. Thank you, Larry. I'm hydrating, man. I got club soda, LaCroix, whatever it is. Assets, instead of going out and creating assets when I go to launch a product, you'll notice in my training videos that I'm using assets that already exist. In reality, you should get permission before you do that. I've never had anyone come after me and say, hey, look, you're using my video. I don't want you doing that. It's not a long-term strategy, folks. What we're talking about here is using the video, some sales copy, some photos from Google Images, just long enough, a few days, a week at the most, to see if your product is viable. Once you know that the product's viable, and people are demonstrating that by voting with their credit cards, right? Not these focus groups, if people are actually making purchases, then you stop, all right? You already know the product sells, stop what you're doing, and then hire someone to create your own content that's proprietary to your product with your branding on it, okay? I'm in an effort to get things done quickly. This is my quick launch formula. Remember, I like to use assets that already exist temporarily. Here's where you find those. YouTube, Facebook, AliExpress, obviously. Suppliers have photos of their products. Competitors' websites, and Google image search, Giphy.com, which is, I'm going to show you a demonstration real quick, and then you're going to use tinypng.com to compress these photo assets into a JPEG that's about 800 by 800 because you want your page loading quickly whenever you're doing these sales funnels, all right? Let me pause briefly, and we're going to switch screens again. This is tough doing this on my own. Okay. All right. So what you're seeing here is YouTube. So I went in and just did a quick search for easy badminton set on YouTube, and you can see what I found are lots of videos here. Some of these may look familiar to you because I used some of the clips when I created my Facebook video for the ad campaign. And the best way that I've found to get these videos is to use a service that I call, it's called SaveFrom.net, I think is what it is. Let me pull it up real quick to see if I'm telling you right. All right, so let's say, for example, you want this video from YouTube. All you have to do is copy the link address, or you can go to share, save the address, and then on SaveFrom.net, you simply throw the link in, and they will extract the video from YouTube for you. And then if you download it, you'll have the video that you can take clips or screenshots from to use in your swipe and deploy method, okay? Another place, I told you can get videos from Facebook, right? So let's say, I closed my Facebook. Let's see something real quick. What did I put in there? Free shipping. There we go. There's my beautiful daughter. All right. And then I'm going to sort by videos. Okay, let's say you found a video on Facebook that's not branded or something you think you want to use in your swipe and deploy method. We'll use this Nightwing Aviators. If I was to Control or right click on the video, okay, and copy the link address, then you're going to use fbdown.net, like Facebook down, fbdown.net. Now watch what happens if I throw the Facebook video link in here and click on download. There's the video, 59-second video. Now I can use that, rebrand it, if you will, and use that for my quick launch method. All right, let's see. We also have GIFs, all right? So Giphy.com. Not only is Giphy.com a great place for you to upload your photos and videos to make a GIF file out of it, or a GIF file, if you will, you can also go here and find things that you can use in your campaign. Now, these look like videos, but they load really quick because the resolution's low, and they're easy to embed in your email campaigns. Like some of you see my email campaigns have these files in them. Also on your store or your sales funnel. So just scrolling through here looking for something that's attention-getting. Like for example, you can see this one here. It's a GIF file of a little birdie. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to cause people to purchase, but this is a great place where you can go find those assets that I'm talking about to kind of amp up your email campaigns, your follow-ups, your sales funnels, and so on. All right, let me pause for a second. I got to switch screens again. Okay. Now, tinypng.com, use that, like I said, to compress your file so that your page loads a lot faster. Okay, video 3 was about your Facebook fan page. Now, if you're on this call and you don't know how to set up a Facebook fan page, then I feel sorry for you. Basically, log into Facebook, go to Manage Pages, create a page. It's in the video, a complete walkthrough of that. But what I want you to do, I want you to set up your page moderation filters. Okay, I've compiled a list here, and you don't have to screenshot this because it's in part of the handouts. But this is a list. It's not a comprehensive list, but it's a good start. And if you take this list, copy and paste it into your page moderation, anytime some bozo writes one of these words in the comment on your page, it's going to automatically filter that out. This is going to save you a lot of hassle. Continue to add to this list as time goes on because people use derogatory words all the time, like, oh, cheap from China, this is a ripoff, a scam, whatever. If you use this page moderation word filter, it's going to get rid of all that negativity on your page. And this is where you want to look at handout number 2. It is called Page Moderation Words PDF. So you should have that. All right, and then you have the Quick Launch Product Checklist. That was the other handout that you should already have. Save the ClickFunnels when I'll explain it here real quick. So before we do video editing, I'm going to look at the question box real quick. Let's see. I can't see the whole question, Jason, but it says, thanks, you're a star. I'll take that as a compliment. Larry says, hydrate, you look tired. Said with kindness, no problem. I can't read the questions. Hey, Sam, if you're with me, buddy, can you read those questions? There's one from John and one from Tammy. I can't read but the first 3 words for whatever reason. So while I'm waiting on Sam to kick in there.
It says, John asked, where did you originally find Arctic Air?
Okay.
And Tammy asked, can you use savefrom.net on AliExpress supplier videos?
Okay, good question, Tammy. So on AliExpress videos, savefrom.net doesn't necessarily do a good job with that. What I would just do, especially if you're buying from the supplier, just have the supplier send you videos. Even if you're threatening to buy from the supplier, say, hey, do you have any demonstration videos? Let me show my marketing team so they can understand the product. I get videos from suppliers all the time. A lot of times in the browser, you can just right-click or control-click and save video file. If that doesn't work, worst case scenario, guys, just do a screen record and crop it. I've done that I don't know how many times. My cousin and I were building something yesterday, guys, and I found this gift that I wanted to use in Facebook ad. I just video recorded about 7 seconds of it, looped it, and I was fine. So good question, Tammy. John, originally I found the Arctic Air. Actually, when I was doing our Quick, Fast, Hurry Insiders Roundtable, I think 2 meetings ago, I actually found that as I was doing a live demonstration of how to find hot-selling products. At that point, Arctic Air, I think, was like number 12 or 13 on the list of short-form products. But, we were just going into the hot part of the summer, and, it was a great product. So just keep your ear to the ground there. You're welcome, Tammy. All right. So for video editing, if you've seen the content in the members area, you already know it sort of looks magical. Trust me, folks, I am the furthest thing from a video editing geek or magic of any sort. It's basically just hunting around and finding out what works. If you're not comfortable with doing that, I've been using iMovie now for about 3 years, so I make it look easy. It really is easy if you know and understand something like Photoshop. Like me, I personally can't use Photoshop. I use Canva online because it's been coined as, Photoshop for dummies. That's Canva, Canva.com. But for photo editing, if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, there are websites that can help you find freelancers who'll do that. Fiverr is one that I like to use quite often. In fact, I just engaged with an artist on Fiverr today to help us create a new label for a supplement product that we're about to launch. Upwork, which used to be Elance, that's another one. Personally, I like Fiverr. I find that Fiverr, not because it's cheaper, but it is cheaper, but I just find that the Fiverr people are more responsive to your questions if you're in a hurry like I am. So play around with the editing if you want to. If not, just hire it done. I mean, I had the label made for a bottle of supplements and the package for the supplements, $35, 2-day turnaround. I mean, I don't know where else you can get that done. All right. So for your Shopify store, if you've been through the content, you've seen that I linked my ClickFunnels sales funnel product to Shopify. Now, why would I do that? And how do you do that? Number one, if you do the way I did it in the video, it's a heck of a lot easier to track your sales and your inventory and bookkeeping in Shopify if everything's in one place. And the best way that I found to do that you'll see in that video 5, is that you duplicate your Shopify product, but hide it from the marketplace of Facebook or your online store. The only way a person can get to that product is through a link that goes directly to that product. And what you'll do when you create the product in ClickFunnels, and this is all in the video for those of you that haven't seen it, is that you just integrate your Shopify store with your ClickFunnels account. And then when you create a product under the fulfillment tab, it will ask you specifically if you want to use Shopify for fulfillment. If you click yes, you choose the integration, you choose the product. It really is that simple. Now, every time you receive an order in ClickFunnels, it automatically passes that order to Shopify. You even get the little cha-ching on your phone when you get a sale. It makes bookkeeping, shipping, and fulfillment super easy because, like I said, all of your data is in one location. For shipping and fulfillment, what we're doing at this point, we have a fulfillment company that literally logs into our Shopify store as an employee or a manager, and they can create fulfillment orders and shipping labels directly within the Shopify platform, and Shopify just takes those funds from your proceeds or your sales receipts. Super easy, and the rates are pretty awesome. So I highly recommend that you do that early on, because if not, then you're gonna have to do a data migration, and that's a headache. All right, in video number 6, I show you how to use Sales Funnel as a landing page to create orders for your product. To me, this was easy because I've already created all these sales funnels inside my ClickFunnels account. So it's literally, I open up the template and I change the words and change the photos and post it back up. You can start creating sales funnels, or you can buy sales funnel templates that are already created, or even some free ones within ClickFunnels. If you'd like to get started with ClickFunnels, send me an email, Shawn@meetshawnhart.biz, and I'll send you a link with my affiliate ID, so that 2 things: you can get the 14-day free trial. I get a little bump on the back end if you decide to keep ClickFunnels. If you do that through my affiliate link, I'll share some of my funnels with you. How about that? All right. You don't have to screenshot this because this is handout number 3. It's called ClickFunnels Pre-Selection Tab. So a lot of you, if you've seen the video, I said, don't worry, I'll share this JavaScript with you. And that's fine. It's in the PDF file, but you're going to have to watch the video to know how to implement this. And basically what this is doing, folks, this is pre-selecting your best seller, whatever you want your best seller to be, and highlighting it in bright yellow with red letters that say bestseller. Watch the video, it'll make sense to you. Basically, the top portion where it says ClickFunnels pre-selected radio button script, you're going to copy and paste that into your into the general settings tab on the actual funnel page, and then you're going to go to tracking codes and place this in the footer, and then replace this number 1046866, you're going to replace that with your product number. Same thing on the second script. Replace the product with your product number, and then you can also change the headline, either best deal or best offer or whatever. So there you go. That's going to be in handout number 3, called ClickFunnels Pre-Select Radio Button Script. Let's see, what's John's question there, Sam? I can still only read the first 3 words. Is there fulfillment? What?
Is there a fulfillment house you trust?
Good question. John, are you talking about fulfillment here in the U.S. or fulfillment from China, buddy, before I answer? U.S. Okay. Um, no, there's not. Actually, there was a huge fulfillment company that I used several years ago, and I used them recently for a project, and they literally took that part of my business and bankrupted it because they did a terrible job of fulfillment and that shipping. So if you know someone who's doing product fulfillment from the U.S., just ask them. I don't want to give you false information. I don't have anyone right this moment that I trust to give you. On the other hand, if you're shipping fulfillment from China, it works the same way. So fulfillment from China, basically you buy your product from your supplier, you ship it to the fulfillment company, they hold it in inventory, and then as orders come in, they will sweep those orders from your Shopify store or a CSV file they can work from. They'll fulfill the orders for you from China, and it's usually between $1 on the low end, $2.50 on the high end per fulfillment order. Even if you put 2 or 3 or 4 products in one carton, that price in most cases is all inclusive, the carton, the label, and the fulfillment. Plus you add the shipping on top of that, all right? 2 places I trust for that. Number 1, my favorite that I'm working with currently is I just drew a blank, I'm about to look it up again, but number 2 is sendfromchina.com. Send from China. I have more experience with the other place, but it is, oh my goodness. Give me just a second. This is ridiculous. I just did another contract with them today. It is called, I'm going to give you this before I forget. It's called ePacket Express. ePacketExpress.com. The letter E, packetexpress.com. And the reason why I like these folks, they actually have a special going right now. I just signed a new contract with them today. They will give you 1 CBM, 1 cubic meter of space in their warehouse free for life. And they're doing fulfillment for me at the moment for $1.15 per order. If the customer orders 1 or 10 products, it doesn't matter. The packaging, the label, all included, and they can ship ePacket all over the world. You got about a 17 kilogram limit, okay? And then they can give you an entire list, but it's ePacketExpress.com. Tell them Shawn Hart sent you, and they'll be glad to hear that, all right? Okay, what I consider the most important part of this entire process is the Facebook video funnel, okay? What is Tammy's question there, Sam? Oh, I got it now, buddy. My computer's working. So if I hear it correctly, that means we can buy via Alibaba or directly from a supplier in China, still have drop shipping model for online business. Yes, correct. So, Tammy, if you're drop shipping, this means your supplier is shipping the product directly to your customer for you. I don't recommend that as a long-term strategy because really your entire business revolves around that supplier who's not really a factory 99.9% of the time on AliExpress. There's someone like you and me doing arbitrage. They're buying the product and they'll buy it from this factory and that factory and this factory and this factory over here. So you have no consistency. And then at some point, they may decide to stop selling that product. And then what are you going to do? So if you want to use drop ship where the actual supplier is shipping to the end customer, I would only do that short term until, again, you've determined that that product is viable and then take it into fulfillment, using Send from China or ePacket Express. ePacket Express being my number 1 choice. Hope that helps. All right, so the video, Facebook video funnel. So she's got a follow-up. To quote your teaching, always have more than 1 supplier for the same product. Yes, you're correct. Or have a real factory where you can buy product from and send it to a fulfillment center. Fulfillment from China, it's going to work faster. It's going to be a lot more consistent. It's going to be a lot cheaper because you can actually buy the product at a factory price versus a reseller price. All right, so get back to the Facebook video funnel. The whole idea around this concept is that I was going out, like most people, I go out there, create a new Facebook ad campaign, and I go directly after the holy grail of conversion events, which is purchase. Everyone wants a purchase. At the end of the day, we want the customer to take his credit card out, buy our product, and we ship it to them. We go home all happy with the profit. Well, the problem is there are millions of other marketers in the world who are all competing for that exact same traffic. Facebook only has so much inventory. As big as they have so much inventory of people who are willing to go buy, and they charge a premium for that. So the whole idea behind my concept of the Facebook video funnel is to warm up an audience first with engagement to, number one, identify who your real buyers could be. Let them identify themselves. Hey, pick me, I'm interested. And then retarget them with some more content to further narrow them down. This is your funnel concept. You talk about a Facebook video funnel, top end, everybody's in the funnel. In the middle, only those who are interested. And finally, when you get to the bottom of the funnel, is this the apex or the opposite? When you finally get to the holy grail of the purchasers, those are the most qualified, the highest value customer. At that point, you've already engaged them 1, 2, or 3 times. They're 10 times more likely to click on your ad or your call to action because they already know you, they've seen your content, they know your brand, they trust what you're saying is true, and they're interested. Finally, you throw them a lifeline, you say, here, buy my product. And this is how we do it in a step-by-step process, more or less. Number one, you're going to create a PPE ad. That just means page post engagement ad for video number one. If you'll notice in the training, my first video for the Better Badminton set was about, 7-8 seconds long. That's all I needed just to see who my people were who are interested. You're not going to watch a video on Facebook more than 3 or 4 seconds if you're not interested in it, okay? So that's video one. I did a PPE ad for engagement. I'm optimizing to get people to look at and view the video. Gather 2,000 engagements minimum, more is better, with no CTA. That just means call to action. Your video is basically it's like front porch marketing. It's like, hey, look what I found, check it out. See if you like it too, see if you share it. Those who thumbs up and like it and share it, watch the video, those are the people that you're going to retarget, all right? You don't want to call to action, hey, go here and buy this. Yes, that's what we want to do. We want those people to go to our website and make a purchase, but first we need to warm them up a little bit. Imagine that you're on a date for the first time. You're not expecting to get married the next morning, right? Start having kids right away. You have to hold hands a little bit, watch a few movies, kiss a couple of times, then maybe get married. Same way with your customer, okay? And the more you warm them up for a penny per video view, the better off you're going to be at converting them when you finally get to the end of your sales funnel and you convert them to a buyer, okay? So no call to action in the first video, the first campaign. Then you're going to create a custom audience for those who viewed your website, all right? Because that's going to be dynamic. The more viewers you get, the bigger your audience is going to get over time. We'll come back to that in a moment. Create a lead ad campaign to gather emails. This means when you create your campaign, just like I did in the training, you want to do a lead campaign, create a lead card. That means if you're interested in this product, this brand, this service, this whatever widget, then request more information. Facebook automatically fills that person's name and email address on a mobile device. They simply click OK, boom, you have their real Facebook email address and their name and any other information that you want to get. Okay? Once you have at least 100 leads, you're going to take all of those email addresses and you're going to create a custom audience in Facebook. All right, create the custom audience again from your page post engagement, only for those who watched at least 95% of video number one. I'm going to give you all of these slides as soon as we're finished. All right, retarget your custom audiences with your video number two, which is a little bit longer. We'll say a video one, 10 seconds max. Video two, 20 to 25, 30 seconds max, okay? Don't go over 30 seconds and still no call to action. I know it's a sin not to ask for the money, but we're narrowing down the sales funnel, okay? And once we get to our real buyers, then we're going to take their money, okay? Retarget those custom audiences with video number 2. This will increase your cost per 1,000. Why? Because they're more targeted customers, okay? It's natural, but watch what happens. Offer more details in the video, but no call to action. Then I want you to retarget all of those audiences for anyone who watched 50% video views, and you're going to target them with video number 3 and a CTA. CTA means, what do you want them to do? Visit your website, call your business, come into your store, make a purchase. What's your call to action? Learn more, shop now, sign up, whatever it is. This is where you want to put it because you've already narrowed down your audience. This is going to make your cost per acquisition so low that you're almost going to feel like a thief. All right. Then you want to create lookalike audiences for the top 3 countries. Normally, if you're like me, that's US, Canada, UK. All right. Create new ad sets with your original campaign for each and every lookalike audiences, and then slowly increase your budget each day until you start seeing a fall off on sales. Don't get crazy. This is the biggest mistake that I see. 2 biggest mistakes I see people make when they're trying to drive traffic from Facebook. Number 1, they don't give themselves enough time to optimize. Well, Shawn, I'm spending $3 a day and I've been doing this for 3 days and I don't have any sales. Well, duh. You're selling a $50 product. You spent $9 on marketing. I like to spend a minimum of 3 times what I hope to sell the product for as a test to try to get at least the first sale. Once you start getting the first sale, you get a second sale, third sale, Facebook starts optimizing it. Case in point, your product's $50. If you haven't spent at least $150 in marketing dollars doing this exact process before you get a sale, then you haven't spent enough time doing it, okay? I know $150 is a lot of money in some cases, but once you hit that perfect audience with the perfect offer at the perfect time, it's like magic. Magic, my friends. Things are just going to start coming together for you. All right? Then you're going to upload your new opt-ins daily. Anyone who opts into the front end of your sales funnel, you're going to download those emails and then upload those into your Facebook custom audience so you keep it fresh until you get to about 10,000 is fine, 15,000, that's top. I've found that I see, and this is crazy, when I get over 15,000 email addresses in my custom audience, I start seeing the reverse effect. It's sort of like a diminishing returns on your ad spend. So keep that in mind, and this is what I've done. I said, well, wait a minute, I went from 15,000 to 22,000 people. Now my CPAs are going through the roof. Just reverse the process. Go back and upload the list of 15,000 and get rid of the extra ones and just be happy with it, and then scale it from there. Hopefully that makes sense. Then you're going to create lookalike audiences from all the website viewers once you've reached at least 1,000 viewers. And simply, and my daughter made fun of me about this, rinse and repeat. That's all you got to do. Once you start seeing that it's working, you just duplicate it over and over and over again. All right, so last slide. First of all, I want to open for questions. Who has questions? Trying to stay hydrated, Larry. No questions about that? I either bore you to death or I explained it too well. Oh, here we go, questions. All right, first question. Are you segmenting by device? Good question, John. Sometimes I'm segmenting by device, especially if the product is, if it lends itself more toward a high-end user. For example, when you think of a product recently, the product I did recently, what was it? There was something I just sold recently that took off like crazy. And when I noticed that like 95% of my buyers, not the engagers, but the buyers were using iPhones and iOS devices, because I'm sorry, you Android people out there, people that use iPhones tend to spend more money on things that they don't need, right? It costs more money. It's better quality product, in my opinion. So yeah, if your product is higher price or more of a, upper end item, then I would segment by device. But to answer the question correctly, John, you can segment by anything that makes sense to you when you start reading the results from your ad. I like to go look at the demographic, and some people, they focus on, well, who's engaging with my ad? Who's watching the video? Who's clicking the links? I say, who gives a damn? Only thing that really matters is who's buying the product, and then you continue to narrow it down from there. Hopefully that answers your question. Tammy says, so do you stop the list at 15K, just retarget them, or do you retarget them? Oh, the 15K, Tammy, what I'm doing is, remember in the beginning, I said, like the number 2 step, create a custom audience based on your website visitors. And then I'll come back to that later, because the more visitors you get, that audience continues to grow. But once I just found, this is just me personally, and it's happened more than once, several times. Once I get over 15,000 people that I'm uploading to create the custom audience from my file, it's different if Facebook says, they visited your website, your pixel fired, here's your list. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is when you upload your customer file to create a custom audience. When I get over 15,000 there, it's like Facebook algorithm gets all confused and they start making mistakes on me, okay? All right, thank you. Okay, second poll, real quick. I want to launch this one to see where we're at. Here's the poll. Answer honestly, guys. What do you struggle most with in the training that I provided? For those of you that actually watched the training, what's your biggest struggle? Was it product selection, digital assets, video editing, funnel building, or Facebook ads and video funnels? Give you a couple of minutes there, and then I'm going to tell you where you can find a lifeline for your product selection. Okay, so for the most part, 67% of you are saying Facebook ads and video funnels. That's understandable, because that's sort of the, that's the secret sauce and the mojo, the smoke and mirrors. That makes sense. 33% of you are saying funnel building. That's understandable. So I think with the Facebook ads and the video funnels, what we should do, watch your email, and I'll put together sometime in the next week or 2, 3 weeks at the most, I'll put together something where we'll go in depth and we'll build a Facebook ad and some video funnels live. How about that? I don't mind doing that. So watch your email for that one. So thank you for that poll. All right. Secondly, this thing I just did a couple of days ago and it went nuts. So I launched this brand new newsletter called Product Spotlight Monthly. And basically what this is, I identify products almost daily for our business. So those products that make it onto my radar screen, what I'm doing is creating a newsletter once a month to send out. It could be 3 products. It could be 12 products. I mean, you can't force this, okay? When I see something I think is going to be hot, I add it to that list. And then when the time comes for me to publish that newsletter and to go out to the members, then that list will include the product. It'll include a short analysis as to why I think the product's going to blow up. It will also include supplier information, pricing details, links to the supplier where you can buy the product, links to stores who are already selling the product, and then the other information. And then I have a 5-star grading system, 1 through 5, with 5 being the best. I'll never put a product on there unless it's 3-star with a great markup, but most of them are going to be 4 and 5-star products. So I just did this on a whim last week. I did a very, very tiny launch on it. I haven't taken it mainstream yet, and I've gotten some massive, amazing feedback. So if you want in on that, it's brand new. Meet ShawnHart.com/spotlight, and you can read all about the newsletter. It's $10 a month. I know it's cheap. I just wanted to make it a no-brainer, because at $10 a month, you can't afford not to have it. So that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you for all the warm wishes in the question box. I appreciate you all taking an hour to spend with me. If you haven't seen the content yet, please go to the members area and check it out. These slides from tonight's presentation are all in there, so you have the checklist. And this video recording, as soon as it renders, will also be in the members area. So God bless you all. Thank you for hanging out. Talk to you next time. Thank you, Sam. It was an hour.
Where's the video?